Welcome back to another episode of Southside Struggles. I appreciate y'all tuning back into the channel. In the last episode, we were able to take a look at our two new starting pitchers, Jake Woodford and Brad Keller. Brad Keller pitched a dominant 9 innings against the... Not sure who he pitched against. Oh, the Cardinals. He pitched against the Cardinals in St. Louis. He had a dominant performance. Didn't give up any runs. So I want to increase some of our settings here. I want to get through the season a little faster. We're 8 episodes in at this point. Well, this will be the 9th episode. And we're not going very fast. So I want to increase these a little bit. I want to move the situation importance from high to in between high and very high, and move the earliest inning I play to the 8th inning. And then keep the player moments on and move that to the 8th. I think that'll give us a little bit more, we'll be able to go a little bit faster through the season. And that's kind of what I want. I want to see us go deep into the franchise as possible. As Brian Ramos is strained, we're going to keep him active. And we will take a look at scouting just very so briefly, as Rex McGee has good potential there. So that's good. We're going to take a look at the top 100. We're going to take a look at the next. We're going to take a look at Tim Flynn here. He's a young guy. He's a good second baseman. We don't necessarily need second baseman, but we'll look at him regardless. And we're going to look at the next pitcher. It's not going to be... It's going to be Russell Chin. Don't want to look at relievers. I think I made that pretty apparent that I don't want to draft any relievers, and that's absolutely have to. So getting back into things, we're going to simulate, and Robert is having a 2-for-3 day with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. The game wants us to come in and try to get him his 3rd homer of the day. If he's able to get a home run here, that'll tie us up. As he gets one hung in the middle as we're very early, and that could have been the one we needed. We may not get an opportunity as good as that going forward. Extremely unfortunate, but regardless, 2 home run day is still good. Nothing to, turn your nose up at. So I'm still excited, especially for him only hitting 186 on the season. This is a good performance so far. You got to keep that up. Super disappointed so far in the season from Robert, as he does have an average above 200 now, as these 2 hits problems snuck him up there, just barely ever so slightly above 200. But we're making our moves up, as he's batting 5th in today's lineup for some reason. I have him slated at 4th most other days. I guess I'll have to take a look back at the lineup, because with the settings being all messed up, they may have changed something before I was able to stop it. Like at the end of the last video, I'm still so confused as to why that just happened. Like out of nowhere. As we are not able to get a home run, but we do issue a walk, so his on-base percentage will go up. As Jimenez does get an RBI, but it won't be able to pull us back up to tied, as we take the loss here 8-7, and Chris Flexen with the loss. Go take a look at our pitching rotation. Looks pretty normal. Let's take a look at the lineups. Does not look normal. I do not want Vaughn batting 5th. No offense, Vonnie, but that is not what I want to see. But I think everything else should be pretty good. I think everything else should line up pretty well with what I've been wanting to do. Yeah, everything else looks good. I don't know why they changed that one specifically around. I guess I just didn't like my right-handed batter. As we have another chance to have a player hit 3 home runs in a game. Jeez Louise. A bunch of home runs recently, and we're still ranked 22nd in the league, as we're playing at the Tropicana, the Dome in Tampa Bay. Yeah, we turned our settings up, and we play in more moments in 2 days than we have in forever. So maybe that's not... Maybe we need to turn our moments down, we'll play in less. Who knows? As we take a hack there, it will be popped up just outside the infield, and the center field is able to range and make that catch. But we do get the win, which is the most important thing, as the player of the game is Dominique Fletcher with that 2 for 4 day, 4 RBIs and 2 homers, as Brebbia gets his 7th save on the season. Not at a good clip. I mean, we're 36 games into the season. He only has 7 saves, mostly because we have 20, something losses, as we'll auto-utilize Ramos off the bench there. As we get into another moment here, video is probably just going to be a bunch of moments, depending on how long that takes us to get through, the month of May. We're obviously going to play a game in the month of May, but we will see what game we play. We'll probably only play one this month, though, again, just to really expedite this playing through the season. Going forward, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to get a feel for it. Oh, as that slider curves way out, a lot of late break there. But we'll have to get a feel for it. I don't only have like 2 episodes per season, but I also don't want to have like 15. I think there's obviously a happy, Goldilocks area in the middle there. I'm thinking around 8. One episode would probably take a look at all the new guys, look at the roster, maybe play a spring game or maybe play a game early in the season, and then kind of from there just pace ourselves with a wow. As we strike out there on the ball that's super far out of the zone, so we will return to simulating. But we do get the win, as Benintendi hits an RBI single to put us up 1. And the boys are kind of cooking in May. I think that's 3 out of the 4 we've won, as Fletcher gets another player of the game with only a single and a walk. Well, whatever gets you the player of the game honors. Yeah, 4 of the last 5 we are on a win. We're kind of on a little win, not a win streak, but a little hot spot in the middle of May here. As we're going to try to continue Nicky Lopez's 10 hit, or I think it's at 10 hits. We're going to try to extend it to 11. But again, we'll get a feel for kind of how many videos per season we really want to do. I don't want to put too much on y'all to watch in one season just to get through it, but I also don't want to just have, again, like those 2 episodes. As we take strike number 2. Gonna go to contact swing here, as he rips one right down the middle, and we are under it. And that will probably be it, unless for some reason we have a huge comeback in the 9th, but we are not able to do so, as the Guardians sneak one away here. Not even sneak, they dominated us. Shut out by Tanner Bibby. And that will not be a good end to the week. So Roca is through 8 innings. No earned run, so he's working for the shutout. As we will get the chance to save that for him. You're right on time. Mike Soroka still on the mound to start this 9th inning. We'll see if he can wrap this one up and complete the shutout. Righty to the plate. As we get strike number 3 for the 5th strikeout of the game. Out number 1. 2 more outs left, as most of the fans are on their feet. Hopefully we'll get more to stand up here momentarily as we hopefully get through this next batter. As he fouls one off down the right field line. As he pops one up to Luis Robert, he will able to waddle into shallow center field and make that play. And that will be 2 away here. As Benintendi out there in left field is not able to get that one. We do hold him at first, which is the most important thing, as we are unfortunately relieved with 1 out left, as they bring in Brebbia. And it looks like he was able to make the save. His 10th on the season. 4th of the week, I think. We started the week out with 6. We got the 7th one in the moment. I think he's able to make another couple. So he's shooting up fast. But that's definitely on the backs of us going on a little win streak there. As we have another chance to enter the game here and get a shutout. In the top of the 8th. He's through 7. With 1 out here in the 8th. As they ground one up right the middle. and we will unceremoniously lose the shutout here as he advanced the runner to third base with, I think, runners at the corner. As Kopech will be brought into the game as it was Steven Wilson, I think, maybe, I don't know. As we unfortunately lose the lead, but we gain it back with 3 runs in the 9th. 6 runs total in the 9th as we match them there to get the walk off. Hopefully that would have went a little bit better, but a win is a win, and that is 6 in the last 8. The boys have kind of turned it around here so far, and I can only think that it's because we made those 2 pitching substitutions, and that's all me. You know, that was all my brain power right there. So I'm super excited to say that we have turned this season around solely because of me. Nothing else could have been done unless it was me. Like the White Sox would just give me a contract extension until the end of time, solely because we've won 6 of 8 games. As we get the double play ball there, as we get the last out, and we are able to make the save. John Brebbia is 11th on the season, 5 in a week in a couple days there. So he's really cooking so far. And obviously, if you didn't understand, that was complete satire, joking 100%. Not because I made the 2 substitutions. Don't want anybody to take that the wrong way. As Noah Schultz, our AA prospect, will be out for 2 weeks. We're going to go ahead and put him on the 15-day injury list, especially since we don't have the full management capabilities of the minor leagues right now. I mean, we do. We could if we want, but we're not going to micromanage that much. So we don't want them to accidentally put him in or put him in a dire situation and get him hurt for a longer period of time. So we're going to go ahead and put him on the 15-day DL just to be safe. As there's 2 away here. As Gleyber Torres is up to bat. As the bottom of the 8th comes around. As Kopech looks like he's going to be able to get out of this jam. And Nicky Lopez, make sure he does. He catches that one right behind second base, a little bit into the outfield. We're going to go ahead and return to simulating as we are able to take down the Yankees. And the White Sox extend that little hot streak they've been on as Brebbia has again got the 12th save. I keep mentioning it because he had the 7th at the beginning of this video. Now he has 12, and we haven't even been through 2 full weeks yet. So that's super good seeing. Crochet with 7 good innings, 5 strikeouts, no earned runs. Great way to keep the Yankees off the board with that intimidating lineup they have. I'm not sure if they brought up their shortstop prospect. I think he started the season with them. So I'm not sure how he's doing so far. As we're going to keep Eloy Jimenez active, he's only going to be out a few days. As Nestor Cortez gets a loss, he's 3-7 on the season. Not too great. Looking here, I don't see him on the lineup card. Maybe he took a break. I'm going to go head over to the roster. Yeah, Volpe. Volpe's in the MLB. 269, not a terrible year by any means. But not a great one either. Another moment here. I think we've decided that we are going to pitch with Crochet yet again. He debuted in our opening day game. He was our opening day starter. I think we're going to pitch with him in his next game against the Blue Jays at the end of the 3-game series. And that will probably be the it for this video. And the next video, we'll probably try to make our way through the end of May, and then we'll make it all the way in up to the end of June, hopefully, and take a look at the All-Star game. As Stassi is able to rip one deep into center field, and that will be able to score 2, as it should be a 2 RBI double, as Max Stassi is able to rip one off. Not sure who the pitcher was, but at 101 off the bat, that will do it. As we take the lead late here in the 8th inning. 2 outs, 2 on. That was an extremely, extremely great play. A great swing there. I didn't think it was going to have the range to really get behind the center fielder's head, but it definitely did, as you all saw there. Super, super, super excited about that as we take the lead here. As we've run the count full here on a few wild pitches by Ferguson. As we pop one up, little soft line drive to the second baseman. Torres, and that will be the end of the inning as Tim Hill has come in the bottom of the 8th. Yeah, in the bottom of the 8th with 2 on, 1 runner down. As we will try to continue this nice little comeback we have here. Keep the 2 runners out of crossing the plate. As we get a swinging strike 3 on Torres. And that'll send him back to the bench. As Austin Wells takes the plate. I do believe that, yeah, he's the catcher for them. I think he was a prospect last year. I'm not sure if they called him up. I know they have a prospect right now. That's the catcher. I don't think it was Wells. I think he played most of last year, but I could be 100% wrong. Not a huge Yankees fan. Mostly a Yankees hater, as most people should be. If you're a Yankees fan, you're not my friend. As we get strike 3, and that will get us out of the jam as Hill is able to walk back to the dugout celebrating that. And I applaud that man right there as Brebbia steps into the game with 1 runner on, no outs, as we look to make his save right here. As they look to lay down bunt, as DJ LeMahieu does not get it down. They will bunt again, but that will go foul. So he's going to have to swing here, but we will bring it back here with the heat, and we get a nice little pop-up to Vaughn over at first base. And that will be 1 away here. Brebbia working on his 13th save, I believe. Like the 6th save in the video. I keep mentioning it because it's honestly crazy to me how he basically has doubled his saves here almost. In just one video. As we get a swinging strike 2 on Volpe there. Very bad decision swinging that circle change way in. But we will not complain. Take that and run with it. As we get a strike, another strikeout. Volpe just looks at it, goes past him down in the middle of the zone. And we are cooking now. With 1 on still, as we don't get that call. That is unfortunate there from the umpire. Not going to give us that one either. I think both of those kissed the zone there. As Brebbia doesn't make the play, but he's able to make the stop, but Bertie with that 87 speed is able to make it through. And that will be 2 on with 1 out left. As Alex Verdugo, the new man out of Boston, and before that the Dodgers, steps up to the plate. I really wish, this might be taboo for some of the true long-term Yankee fans, but man, making the players shave to only mustache kind of blows. It just, Verdugo does look so weird without a beard. He's had a beard for 5 years now in the majors, and it's just very interesting to see him without one, especially that he had a grill, I think, at the time he signed with him. It was just very interesting. As Brebbia is able to get another save here as as the Yankees dugout looks super disappointed. I think that was 3 strikeouts. No, only 2 strikeouts. Oh, we did have that pop out in the first, or the first out was just a pop out to first base. I was thinking about the outing beforehand, or the moment beforehand. But Brebbia is really cooking now, as we have won 10 out of the last 13 games. We are only 4.5 games back now from first place in the division. We are a game back from the Tigers, 4 games back from the Guardians, and 4 games back from the Royals. In the last 10, we're 7-3, so we've really done some, damage so far in May. We've really turned it around. Taking a look here, yeah, Crochet's still having a good year. Soroka's having a good year. Woodford's not having too bad of a year. Yeah, Brad Keller as well. He's only had 2 starts. Flexen, he's having a little bit of a high ERA year. Honestly, with Drew Thorpe pitching, he had a bad starting out his first game, but it looks like he's made up for that in his next 2 with a 3.38 ERA. So hopefully we can move him up. Again, I want to try to give him time to develop, but he is 23 years old, so we definitely want to kind of push the envelope on him. We may have to move Flexen down towards the end. He is on a little cold streak, so it's not going to be extremely unwarranted. As Barlow, our best reliever, is still in AAA. I completely forgot about him, I'm going to be honest. We might look to make a move to bring him up in the following weeks. Yeah, Kopech with a 6.75 ERA and only 14 innings worked, so that's not great. Most of our other guys, Garcia eats a lot of innings, so we probably won't throw him down. Yeah, he eats a ton of innings, rubber arm type of guy, and Brebbia just dominant so far. I mean, he's been killing it in the last month, so we're definitely not going to touch him. We're going to let him do what he's doing. Catcher's not having a great year so far. Cuero needs to make a little bit more development. We'll be able to bring him up for sure. Vaughn not having too bad of a year. Nicky Lopez not having too bad of a year. Yoan Moncada not having a great year so far. As Paul DeJong almost hitting 300. That's not too bad in 127 at bats so far. It's probably going to be up there in the top of the league leaders. As we have our left fielders not all batting above 200. As Robert has made the jump above 200 with 8 homers. Looking at his OPS, what is our slugging? He's slugging 468. His OPS is 766, so it's not terrible. But if we can improve that average, 60 points or so, and then improve on base percentage by 70 or 80, we're definitely going to be looking at this being around 850-ish, and that'll be definitely playable. Not superstar level, but definitely just star level. And we're going to simulate up into the Toronto game, the third Toronto game of the first series in the month. And Garrett Crochet is going to be taking on Yusei Kikuchi. Probably fumbled that pronunciation. And so today, and for the rest of this video, we're going to take on the Toronto Blue Jays as we're going to get into this one. Crochet is having a great... So I accidentally pressed triangle, and it looks like it simulated that game. So we are unfortunately not going to be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays with Crochet in this video. I could have gone back and not saved it, but I wasn't really sure where the last save was, so I didn't want to risk any of that stuff going to waste and wasting this, last 20 minutes of recording. So we're just gonna play this moment as we're able to get a hit here with Fletcher, and that will be an RBI double as the runner for first advances to third. And that is, it's not a terrible way to start the moment that it wasn't supposed to be a moment. It was supposed to be a long play, but it'll work anyways. So we'll have to reevaluate who we want to do and who we want to, what game we want to play as in the next one or in this video. But I'll do that after this, and then we'll get straight into it as Dominique Fletcher puts us up by 1. And in the bottom of the 10th, Brebbia is coming up to the plate to work on yet another save in this video. He gets strike number 1 called on Turner. Turner's batting .450 with runners in scoring position. Pretty scary, especially since he's already on second with no outs. He's able to cut on that one, but it's a little early, so it goes foul. As he swings over that strike and he wants to break that bat. He's upset with that performance, especially since he's been doing it basically half the time all year. I mean, 450, extremely good. As we get a grounder to shortstop, DeJong will be able to make that throw across the diamond to get out number 2. 1 out left. Brebbia is looking to search for his 13th save on the year. Not sure. We'll look at this game hopefully after he gets it. As they rope one into right field, and I just jinx us, and that will be a blown save opportunity. Hopefully we can get a guy a second though. We should be able to. 2 good throws, and that'll be out number 3 of the inning, but the run does score, unfortunately. As we have another opportunity to alleviate some damage here. As Barger turns on that one, but just a little early. As bases go loaded, only 1 away, so a double play will get us out of this. But hopefully no pop-ups and no hits here. Going to keep it low in the zone with this sinker. And we get a call at strike 3 on IKF, the extreme utility man. And that will be 2 outs here, down in the bottom of the 11th. Looks like this game's going to go pretty long after we gave up that run. With Brebbia, unfortunately, we were still able to get that out. We just weren't able to get it earlier. Fletcher's going to have to range here to his left. Hopefully he can make this play over the wall. But no, he doesn't even attempt for it. Must have been too far out of his eyesight. He's making contact with everything. I've been throwing it outside the zone. I've been throwing it in the zone. But he swings and misses finally on that one. That'll be 3 down as they load the bases here in the 11th. And we will be making another save opportunity as we put 2 up, but they are able to get 1 back here in the 12th. Really need to get out of this one. Don't want this game to go any longer, mostly because our bullpen will be absolutely shot for the next series. As we get a very generous call on there and then over the plate. As freaking geez Louise, as Turner is able to get a hit. But luckily for us, we only have 43 there at first. So there'll be runners at the corner. No outs. As our pitcher is getting tired. And I don't have anybody warming up. As Deloach is not able to make that play. Jeez Louise. Not having good fielding out there is definitely unfortunate. We're going to need to get somebody working up in the bullpen. Probably just going to have to put Kopech straight into the game. Better than watching our current reliever just kind of throw away the game here. But if we're not able to put something up in the next inning here, in the next half of the inning, we're not going to really have much opportunity to really have anybody else come in and pitch. So this might have been a boneheaded decision on my part. As Benintendi is playing center today, he's able to make that play. Just if Deloach would have made that play over there in the left field, this game would have been not tied, 2 outs. This could have been hopefully going home here. As Varsho takes 1 deep off Kopech, and he is continuing his miserable year so far. That's just so unfortunate, man. I don't think that was a bad pitch necessarily. I think it was up in the zone, kind of on the edge. But he's able to turn on it anyways and drive it out of the ballpark. As that, the earned run doesn't go to Kopech, even though it was really his fault. So unfortunately, we're going to take a look at Crochet today. But honestly, he's going to be making a start next week as well versus the Toronto Blue Jays. So we will take a look at that one instead here. We will be getting into the Blue Jays game here shortly as Jordan Springle goes down with a strained tricep. We're going to keep him active. We've not had a good few... Oh my goodness. Seeing Gary Crochet's name in the injury update is not good. Especially when we were about to pitch with him. We'll keep him active as Brad Keller is slated to pitch here. Getting into today's game, we'll be playing the Toronto Blue Jays. It'll be a long play as we are 25 and 35, 5th in the AL Central. Not having good average. Our ERA is not horrible, probably not that highly rated, as we will be taking on the Blue Jays at home in guarantee rate field. Quick pitch, keep the regional theme going, as Crochet is injured here. Injured for another 6 days. That's who we were slated to pitch with, but we will get another start here with Brad Keller. So we have a lot of tired people. We definitely need to consider pulling up some guys just from this aspect of having guys that are really exhausted playing a ton. And especially not having a lot of coverage to fill them up. A Shoemake is a shortstop that can only play shortstop. It's not looking good for us. We're going to let Andrew Vaughn DH today to give him a little bit more rest. Going to switch over DeJong to second base and then take out Lopez and put in Brandon Shoemake just to get them break. Yomakata is going to have to play, unfortunately. And I probably will DH for Vaughn to just get him a full day of rest so he doesn't have to worry about that. We're going to put in Deloach, the rookie, for Vaughn. We will move Moncada up 1 in the order. And we will be taking the field here shortly. looking at our season stats, not doing too great. 48 home runs, 48 or 30th in the league, it said. So we'll get things started here. And Keller starts the game with the first strikeout. Love to see that from the gentleman. I do believe Keller was a guy who gave us our shutout as he gets the second strikeout of the game. Just back to back there. Starting off dominant as he does get a pop-up as Luis Robert Jr. will be able to range to his left to make the catch. That'll be out number 3. Pretty easing up at the top of the first there. What you want to see out of your starter, just come straight out of the gates and attack. As Kevin Gausman is up to pitch. I do believe he's their ace. I know he's one of their better pitcher, or has been the past few years. So I'm assuming he will be their starter as we strike out as well. And it looks to be a strikeout heavy day so far. That was just a bad swing. Not competitive whatsoever by me. As that ball rode up a little bit, looked like it was going to ride too high and then dropped down right around the letters. So we get a rip here, but the shortstop will make a diving catch. But he misses the throw at first, and that will be an error, E6. As you can see down there in the lower bottom head, the letterhead, Paul Skeens got called up. And Adiel Amador, the 18th prospect and the number 1 in the Rockies system, got demoted to AA. A lot of movement of the top 100 prospects. Skeens gets hopefully Skeens gets a call up in real life here. He is just watching him last year run through the playoffs, the college playoffs and College World Series and stuff. It was just really cool, and to see that him go from there and then, in his first half season really dominate. I mean, that fastball coming in at 100. And just he's working on a lot of pitches, a slider, circle change, and stuff like that. I think he's working on a sinker too. If he can get a sinker to work for him and get up there in the high to even mid 90s with a lot of movement, that would be pretty crucial for the Pirates. The Pirates have had the last decade and a half or so, have really had some luck with their pitching development. I mean, Garrett Cole was there. I think Nola was there as well. As we are able to make the play still, as Justin Turner with only 19 speed is not able to run that out, even though our first baseman over there makes a little bobble on the play. Yeah, I think Aaron Nola is also out of the Pirates. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, the Pirates have had some good few pitchers, dominant pitchers, come out of there. I mean, Garrett Cole is a Cy Young winner. I think possibly 2-time Cy Young winner, World Series winner as well with the Astros. Just a dominant all the way around. His mentality, when you look at it, he's just, he's going to overpower you, kind of like Tom Brady, really. Just if you have ever listened to Tom Brady, we're getting into the weeds here, but if you've ever listened to Tom Brady, as we get another strikeout on George Springer, and we will send him back to the bench. There's no runs, no hits through 1.5 here. Yeah, if you have ever heard Tom Brady talk, his just demeanor, and he's going to work as hard as he can to dominate on the field and just dominate, the other team and the other players, and just make them. Garrett Cole seems very similar, cut from the same cloth. As we strike out swinging, that was a terrible swing. As Luis Robert Jr.'s average is going up, 220 almost. Just dipped down a little bit because of me. But he's working hard to get his average up, so that's good to see. As Yoan Moncada's not having a great season so far through 40-ish games. But yeah, Garrett Cole, mentality, super, just aggressive, wants to be the best, works like he's the best. And that's what you need in your ace, especially if you're going to pay him, hundreds of $1 million like the Yankees did a few years back. as Deloach is not able to capitalize on that slider that hung a little bit. That was definitely a pitch to attack. We were a little, not even a little, very early on it. So he throws another one, kind of middle left a little bit in the zone. Not able to capitalize as well. A little early on both pitches. Hopefully you were, if you're a little early on that off speed, I'm not sure why he would follow it up with the fastball. But he did, and we were still beaten by it. There's another fly out to center field. Robert Jr. is definitely getting his workout today. Running all over the baseball field. We get a ground out to third base here. And that will be 2 away. Really unfortunate that we have waited so long to bring up Keller here. He's been dominant through 3 or 4 starts, the whole month of May. If you remember, we called him up a few videos ago at the beginning of May to replace Jairo Iriarte, who's just had a miserable year. Or you could say he replaced Feedy, but regardless. Yeah, just both those guys had miserable years. We bring up the Keller and then the other guy, and they're able to hit the ground running, really. Shoemake was a first-round pick in 2019. It's been a few years in the minors, as one does, but interesting he's a first-round pick. Interesting he's a shortstop and he's a first-round pick, and they went ahead and drafted Colson Montgomery as he swings over top of a splitter. I guess I'm not sure where Colson Montgomery got selected. I know the White Sox had the 5th pick this year, so I would assume it'd be around that pick, but once you get to a certain point, you don't really draft for what you need. You just draft the best player on the board. So if they're up there in the high, top 5 or so, I would assume they just draft the best player on the board. Once you get down lower on, you start drafting towards, what you need. You can be kind of more situational, because those are probably the guys you've scouted and stuff like that. But if the Pirates didn't really need a pitcher, they're definitely still probably going to draft Paul Skeens. Maybe they go for Dylan Cruz or Langford, but Skeens just had so much hype around him, especially after making the run in the College World Series. It's just hard to pass up on him. So we swing and miss on another one, and that will be, I think, the minimum faced both ways. As Jimenez out there in left field gets a terrible, terrible jump. And IKF will round. No, he will stop at second. The leadoff double. And that will be the first hit of the ballgame, as one comes back and hits the pitcher right in looked like the throwing arm there. Or no, it was probably his glove arm, as Kiermaier hits his 10th game in a row. Unfortunately for us, we allowed that to happen. As Junior makes the absolute rocket into the outfield. But fortunately for us, it'll be an out. Unfortunately for us, they will score on that sac fly. Keller had 3 good innings there, but he has definitely allowed a lot more hard contact this inning. 2 hits and a sac fly. As Shoemake ranges to his left, is not able to make the play, as they will be sending the runner to third, and that will be an easy tag out at third base, as Robert Jr. is able to get that and gun him. Surprising they sent him there when he just touched second base as he picked up the ball. Even if you don't really have an arm out there, I would have advised against sending him there. But as the opponent, I'm not too upset about them sending him. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. As Keller's doing a great job here, staying away from that bat head, staying on the edge of the zone, and he will get that swing and a miss on a circle change down below the knees. I'll be out number 3. Hopefully the boys can score one here so he doesn't have to fret, tied up at least. And the way this game has been going does not look like we will be getting any hits here, as we've been hitless through 3. The only base runner we've had on was a error made by the shortstop.
The next offering misses, and the count's full.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
And down on strikes.
As we take a pitch, strike number 3, and that will be his 5th strikeout in 4 innings. Not even 4 full innings, just 3 1/3. That splitter has some late movement. It's really fooling us here. Looks like a fastball coming in, and we swing a little early. It looks like they swing over top. So I have no control of the placement of the bat, just timing. So we have to rely on these hitters' ability to, make contact. But we're still timing a little too early there, as you can see in that swing. As we get we get our first hit of the day. Eloy Jimenez will be on 2 times in a row, even though he did reach on that error. So he'll be 1 for 2 on the day. Hopefully we can capitalize on this. Only, not a few innings left, but there's only so many innings in a baseball. So many at-bats, so we definitely need to attack when we have advantage. A little late on that fastball. He was able to get a good drive on it, but not able to really do anything or produce anything. It hung too far in the air, just a little bit under it. That launch angle sitting around 41. Definitely want to see. If you had that 41 launch angle with probably 100 velo, you probably get a home run. But didn't really have that exit velo behind it. So swing and a miss on a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. The only silver lining here is Kevin Gausman is working very high in the pitch count. He's at 67 pitches now on that strikeout of Robert Jr. So hopefully we'll be able to work him out and possibly get to a different reliever that isn't being so dominant today. I'm not sure who the closer is. So hopefully it's not someone who throws, speed like Johan Duran, who we've had struggled against the last few episodes. He's been a reoccurring theme in our last few episodes. We've had a lot of moments and stuff against him. As we get another swing and a miss for strikeout number 5. There's been 11 strikeouts in total today, I do believe. 6 their way, 5 our way. As we get a ground out. But Yo Moncada is not able to make the play there at third. It got up on him and jumped over his head. We fumble an easy out at first. That is why fielding is so incredibly important. They took a steal there, but Alejandro Kirk, it was a hit and run opportunity. He popped it out to right field, and so they will have to retreat back to first base. Lucky for us. It would have been unfortunate if he got hit around. He probably would have scored. He was able to hit a single into the outfield. As Dalton Varsho takes one for a ride, but is extremely early on it. As a swing and a miss, but a drop third strike will result us throwing down to first base. But no worries for that, and that will be out number 3. As Moncada gets a nice rip, but unfortunately it lands right. Doesn't land, it flies right to the center fielder. As that'll be 1 away. Gausman's catching a lot of the plate here. But we're just not really able to capitalize today. As he throws that splitter again, as it scrapes into the dirt, but we still take a big hack at it. Yeah, that splitter's been pretty dominant. Not really able to lay off of it. It's just really kicking the team's butt as they call a strike. That barely sniffed the zone, if at all. The umpire's really screwing us over now. As Shoemaker takes one down the left field line. And they... Varsho almost made a top 10 play there. As the count runs full, Stassi on deck. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Let's make something happen. And we will get the walk on a call that he gave to us there. Definitely caught him more of the zone than that splitter earlier in the count. Yeah, just keeps catching a lot of the zone, and we're getting good timing on it. We just can't capitalize. Oh my goodness, that splitter again. Oh, I'm just about to go into practice mode and just sit there and watch splitters for like 2 hours. Because, like, I can't lay off of them. As Fletcher, will not make the catch. Robert will back him up as he hits the cutoff man. And IKF will take a stop at second base. I think that's his second double of the day. As he came around to score earlier in the 4th or 3rd inning. As that'll be a ground out at first. I was hoping we could catch that and get him sleeping, or not sleeping, just taking too much advantage there. Taking a run. Oh man, if Fletcher would have made that catch, that definitely would have been a top 10 play on ESPN in the morning. The ball falls right under his glove as Guerrero Jr. gets his second RBI in the day. As IKF comes in for his second time. Left that ball over the zone. Justin Turner was not able to. Oh my goodness. We're up to 100 pitches. I swear last inning we were only at like 70. Maybe that was 2 innings ago. Jeez. Alright, we need to get a reliever up and warm. Didn't realize we were so high in pitch count. I've mentioned that before, but it's just like it gets on you so fast. I need to do a better job of monitoring it. I don't know why. I don't know why I threw the cutoff, and then I threw it again to second base, and then I canceled it. I'm making a lot of bonehead mistakes. As Vogelback gets a rip into the gap, that will be a double for his slow self, and that will score a run. No way to get Guerrero out of home. Had enough speed to make it from first to home. As the coach wants us to intentionally walk, I don't think so. We're going to attack here. And that was a right decision to attack. So we get a fly out to center field. That'll be a 3-0 ball game heading into the bottom of the 6th. We are only able to get 1 run on so far, or one batter, or 1 hit. They're only able to get 1 hit so far, as the Blue Jays have managed 7. What am I swinging at? Please tell me. What am I swinging at? Again, with the splitter in the bottom of the zone. I'm about to just make this video of me of clips of just swinging into that splitter, and that's all it's going to be. Just splitter 50 times. Just can't lay off of it. Man, I'm seeing a lot of first-round draft picks from recent years. That just means that the White Sox have not been good for a while, and that is why we did this video. Obviously, the White Sox have not had a good couple years. They probably should have, as we line out right to second base on a good hit. White Sox should definitely be better than they are, but whether it's front office management, the players don't want to buy in or whatever it is, something's happening. As Eloy Jimenez will get on for the 3rd time today. 2 hits, 1 error. Luckily, we have somebody wanting to show up to the field. Nobody else really seems like they want to play today. Sheets rips one down the line, but Vladdy is there to make the play. That'll be out number 3. We are going to have to sit down Keller as he is up into the hundreds on his pitch count. Don't want him to get hurt because he has been good for us so far. We don't get a swing there, and that will be walk number 1 of the game. Not a great way to start your outing from the bullpen. As John makes a diving play into a double play. And that is what you want to see. And that will be 2 away, a 4-6-3. Looking at the replay here, gotta love it. Gotta show it twice. So nice. Play it twice. He makes a lovely dive to save a hit. As they rip one, not even rip one, only 78 on the bat, but it floated right next to Wilson's head. He was able to move out of the way, so he will stay in this game. They're making good contact on that big sweeping curve. Even though it has a lot of movement, it's not very fast. But I'm surprised they're able to hit it so well and see it so well. As another fly out to center field will end the inning. Moving on to the bottom of the 7th. Still only 2 hits, both from Eloy Jimenez, as Gausman stays out there up 108 pitches. As we check a swing, his energy is extremely low, but his confidence is extremely high, as Luis Robert Jr. gets a home run deep into the left field stands, clears the bleachers. That comes off the bat at 111 miles per hour and goes 465 feet for his 10th home run on the season. Luis Robert has finally showed up today and gives us back on the board with 1 run. Taking a look here, just look at that beautiful swing, and the crack of the bat is a beautiful, beautiful thing, as that sailed so high, clears the bleacher like I mentioned. Just lovely, lovely thing to see there. They will take Gausman out of the game, and they put in Genesis Cabrera. As the count runs full here, no outs. If we manage to get on here, it will be a good situation, as we are able to work the walk. And that is not how you want to start your day out of the bullpen. As we get lucky there on that call. Definitely a ball in the zone, but that will be ball number 3. Back-to-back walks. I'm never going to complain. Not sure what the pitcher is thinking in his mind, but with 2 on, no runners out, as he issues a 3rd ball. Definitely have to, a lot of scenarios running in your head right now if you are the reliever, as he walks his 3rd batter in a row. And that face, just the grimace on his face, it says it all. As Stassi comes up with the bases juiced, no runners out, as he pops one up. Oh my goodness, I thought he was gonna clobber that one. That just sucks. As Yimi Garcia gets his debut only after 4 batters faced there by the last reliever. He starts the same way as last with the ball. That's 2-1 with the 1 away. If we can walk in a run here, I will be super, super excited. And it looks to be sneaking ever so closely to a walk-in run, as he gets ball number 4. Blue Jays bullpen is just walking away. I mean, I know Gausman was at 110 pitches, but you have to think, was it worth taking him out? Maybe he probably would have got, 2 outs and 10 more pitches. I don't know. Oh my goodness, please, 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 please. Oh, and he tags him. Oh no, he wasn't. He wasn't out. Oh, and we don't tie the game up. Double play to keep us down 1. That is so, so sickening. Oh, come on. I'm so upset. Oh my goodness. That sucks, man. What if it was just a little faster? This game has been a test of the mental fortitude, for sure. Just terrible swings on that splitter from Gausman all day long. We finally get a chance to score some runs on a lot of walks, and then we're still down 1 run. And it's just like we couldn't capitalize on bases loaded situation with nobody out. Okay, we did capitalize. We got 2 runs, but it's just like, with bases on nobody out, you're expecting so many more. As Shoemake ranges to his left and is able to make the play and fires it over to first base. I'll be out number 2. As Justin Turner comes back up to bat. 1 for 3 today, as he chases one there out of the zone. Doesn't chase there. I will say Wilson does have a lot of movement on his pitches. Doesn't have that top tier speed. They ever ring it in at 95, 93 to 95. That break on those pitches is really where he excels at. As Justin Turner starts his batters off with a swing out of the zone, he's able to correct it later on and get a walk. As Vogelback pops one into the infield, and that should be out number 3. Headed to the bottom of the 8th, down 1 run. Hopefully we can work 2 runs back here so we can warm up our closer and try to get a save. As Eloy Jimenez has been the only guy to really do it for us in terms of hitting. 2 for 3 with 2 singles. So hopefully he can deliver it once again. As he gets one middle, good timing. Not enough bat behind it. Only 84 off the bat. Not really going to do it for you. Gavin Sheets gets one up around the letters. Not carried, but only to the warning track. I thought it was going to carry a little further there as he kept running back. I was I was getting a little excited, and then, of course, excitement gets crushed. We will go back to the dugout. Has another splitter. Oh, this guy has a splitter. That sucks. And it's his best pitch. Great. So we fight off a pitch up there in the zone. Thought about not swinging. Glad we did. To stay alive in this at-bat. As another splitter. And the bottom of the zone gets a ground out. And we will only have 3 outs left. As Kopech will come in to relieve. He is not, I haven't performed necessarily really great with him this year. I don't think his ERA is necessarily great either. But I would have to double check that to be for sure. As Moncada is not able to make the play there, even though he dives anyways. And they will hold at first. Can we turn a double play? Yes, we can. And that'll be 2 outs in the top of the 9th. As we keep them within 1 run. And that'll be out number 3. As Kopech comes in. 3 up, 3 down. A little unconventional with that double play, but it works anyways. As we will go through our 5, 6, and 7 spots in the lineup. 1 on the hands gets us to pop out to the center fielder. 1 away. I think Jordan Romano is their closer, as it would seem. He's in for the save. So I'm assuming he's their day-to-day closer. As he gets another freaking pop-up. As we were very late on that swing. And that'll be 2 away. Last chance here. Need Shoemake to come through. Can he deliver? The rookie swings and misses at 1 up in the zone. That'll be 2 strikes. Final strike here. We really need the man to deliver. So he fouls another one off at the plate. As he swings at the slider down out of the zone, and that will be the end of the game as the White Sox lose a close one here, 3-2. Not a terrible performance out of our starter. He did allow a lot of hits, but he kept them close through 6 innings. He's not able to really deliver there. Not many hits. We had 3 hits. We did have a ton of walks. We left 4 or 5 guys on base. Just, we had the chances. We just weren't able to capitalize. And it's really, really unfortunate from the guys. Really need to see, we really need to draft somebody that is able to hit and stuff like that. Hopefully Colson Montgomery, when he makes the promotion in a few months' time, will be able to deliver some of that. But we're just really missing those hits. Our pitching isn't terrible. We have a couple good starters that can really go the distance for us, and then we have a good reliever out of Brebbia and stuff like that. So we just really need the guys to deliver in the box. But with that will do it for us in this one, guys. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like and hitting that subscribe button, that'd be huge for the channel. I appreciate you all tuning in. Be sure to catch the next episode, and I will see you all in the next one.